In today's video, we're going to cover what are the top 5 questions that I get asked from clients just like you when they're watching the YouTube videos. What is it around Lakewood Ranch that they're interested in knowing? So in today's video, we're going to cover those top 5 topics. So if that's of interest, stick around. I have all the details. Hello, it's Mark Boehmig, Michael Saunders and Company. And in this channel, Living in Lakewood Ranch, we cover all the areas around Lakewood Ranch from Sarasota up to Bradenton and from Anna Maria Island down to Siesta Key. So today I wanted to talk to you about what happens when clients come here and they want to know about what is around here. What are the conveniences of Lakewood Ranch? Because Lakewood Ranch is a very convenient area as far as being close to a lot of different things. So I would say, and these aren't in any particular order, but what I would say I get a lot of comments on is how far is it to the closest grocery store? So when we pull up the map and we look at the areas here for the grocery stores, Publix is the ruler around here in Florida. I don't know if you know it, but Publix has a corporate headquarters. I believe it's either in Tallahassee or Lakeland, but Publix is very big here. And then we also have an Amish grocery store called Detweiler's, and that is a really good grocery store. I would compare that to like a Whole Foods, and we do have a Whole Foods here as well. But if you'll notice on this map, we almost have a Publix on every major intersection around Lakewood Ranch. So what they say is it only takes about 5 to 6 minutes to get to a grocery store, no matter whether you're in the northern section of Lakewood Ranch or the southern section. So that makes it quite convenient for getting your groceries. And if you miss something, you run back out to pick it up. It makes it pretty easy. So the next thing is, what about airports? How easy is it to get in and out of Lakewood Ranch? Well, we're blessed with a bunch of airports. So right down the road within about 20 minutes is SRQ, or otherwise known as the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. Then we have the St. Pete Airport, the Tampa Airport, and then the Punta Gorda Airport. Now, I'm going to put a link down in the description below so that you can just click on that and see where every one of these airports has direct flights to. So if you're coming from Denver, if you're coming from New York, if you're coming from Boston, wherever it is that you're coming from, you can see which airport is serviced on a direct flight. Now, it does take about an hour to get to Tampa. But about 2 weeks ago, I had to run up to Asheville for a few days. And so I was checking around, and actually the Punta Gorda Airport was a mile further, but time-wise, it was about 10 minutes quicker to get to Punta Gorda, and it was a much smaller airport, easier to get in and out of. So a lot of these airports fly to some of the same destinations so that you have a choice of what days you want to go. Now, another thing is the SRQ airport, during certain times of the year, they'll have limited service. So if you're going to the Northeast during the summer, it may only fly twice a week, maybe on Thursdays and Sundays, something like that. So you just have to be particular. But if you don't see a flight coming to where you want to be on the days, I would suggest looking at the St. Pete, which is PEI Airport, or Tampa, which is TPA, or Sarasota, which is SRQ. But I will put a link down in the description below so you can just click on each one of those airports and see where they all fly to. So the next big question I get, which is on everybody's mind when they come to Florida, is how far is it to the beaches? Well, that's a good question. And it really is going to depend on where is it that you are located. Are you up in the northeast quadrant here? You would go to the Anna Maria Island beaches. If you're on the Cortez Road, you'd probably come up here to Longboat Key. And then if you're on the southern end, you might go to Siesta Key or Lido Beach. But most of these beaches are going to be between 30 and 40 minutes. Now, that depends on season as well, because during season, we have a lot more traffic here. And our season usually runs from after Thanksgiving to about the end of April, middle of May. It really depends on how cold it is up north, how many snowbirds that we have here during that time of year. So it really is going to depend on the time of year that you're here as far as how long it takes to get to the beaches. Another question I get is how far is it to the hospitals? Well, we have quite a few hospitals around here. We have a total of 5 or 6 that are very, very close. So if you look here from Lakewood Ranch, we have our own medical center. I think it's a 150 bed hospital, Lakewood Ranch Medical Center. Then we have Manatee Memorial, Blake Medical Center. Both of those are in Manatee County. And then we have Sarasota Memorial and then Doctors Hospital. And if push comes to shove and you need something that these hospitals can't handle, then there's also Tampa General, which is up in Tampa. And then the last thing that we're going to cover when people come here, they want to know how far is it to town. And usually, not all the time, but usually they're talking about Sarasota because Lakewood Ranch does have a downtown Main Street. And then we also have a new downtown area in the Waterside District. All of those are within the confines of Lakewood Ranch. But when somebody says, how far is it to Sarasota, it's usually only about 20 minutes to get into downtown Sarasota. And then if you wanted to travel up to Tampa, whether you're going to the airport or whether you're going up there from a sort of extended shopping, maybe at the International Mall, it would take about an hour to get up to Tampa, then depending on traffic. And then a lot of people come from here going to Orlando because they want to go over to Disney. They might be taking the kids over to Disney. So it usually takes about 2 hours to get over to Orlando, again, depending on the traffic. So I hope you found this information helpful. I like to keep the buyers that are coming here as well as the sellers updated on what market conditions are. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a link right up here and you can click on that to see what the latest market conditions are for Lakewood Ranch that was up through June of 2023. So if you'd like to see how things are moving here in the real estate market, you can get all the information there. And if you find yourself coming to the Lakewood Ranch area, let me know. There is a link below where you can contact me, and I'd be happy to set up a time to sit down and chat with you and find out what it is that you're looking for and if we can help you find a property here in the Lakewood Ranch area. And if you happen to live here and you're considering selling, we get a lot of people off the YouTube channel watching for properties that are coming on the market. I'd be glad to help you out. And if you got value out of this video, it would really help me if you would click that subscribe button, ding that little bell every time I put on a new video. You'll be notified, and it helps expand the channel for other people looking to move to the Lakewood Ranch area. Mark Boehmig, Michael Saunders and Company.